Thinking about competing here in the near future, choosing your prep coach is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. And a lot of people get it wrong, not because they're lazy, but because they just don't know what to look for. So in this video, I'm going to go over what to look for, what questions to ask, and ultimately how to protect your health in the process with the right prep coach. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm one of the prep coaches here with Top Notch Strong. And I've seen countless times what happens when a competitor chooses the wrong coach. And my goal is to help you in that process and help to avoid a lot of the headaches that others have experienced. Not every personal trainer is a prep coach, but each prep coach should be a personal trainer. So what do I mean by this? So your personal trainers at your gym, not all of them are experienced in competition prep for whatever division and federation. So you don't just want to go to the gym and find the most shredded person there because they may not have competed themselves before. Yes, they can give you a brutal workout, they can make you lean, but that's not the requirements for competing. There are different divisions and looks and what the judges are looking for in terms of criteria and rules for that. All of this to say what matters most is their experience, their certifications, their knowledge in that process. And so if they have that, whether they're in person or online, is really going to determine if they are the best coach for you. And one of the biggest things that I can tell you that's going to help you in this process is to make sure that you have questions ahead of time to ask a potential coach that you want to hire, right? If you ask a coach a question and they kind of get defensive or vague, that's usually a good tell sign that it's a red flag and they are not the best fit for you. Not to say that they're a bad coach or that they wouldn't be a good fit for someone else, but if they can't give you an answer for the questions that you're wanting answers to, then it's probably a good idea to look for someone else. Some really great questions to ask is obviously, have they helped anyone get to stage and for what federation and division? It's really going to help you to know how they have helped other competitors and how many they have possibly helped. The other question is, how do your weekly check-ins work? Are they weekly? Same thing with communication. How often can they communicate with you, or are you able to communicate with them? Like, what does that look like? Also, what does their peak week protocol look like in general? Same thing with post-show, if they're going to help you post-show too, which I highly recommend. Do they offer posing? Are they strictly just training and nutrition? Like, what's really included? And also, overall, do they help you along the way mindset? You know, if you're just not motivated, you're having trouble with food, all of those things, right? How are they going to help you? And having some of these questions ahead of time, write them down so that you can ask your coach these questions and really determine if they're a good fit for you or not, and really ask yourself what you need personally, because everyone's different. A good coach at the end of the day is going to welcome these questions and not avoid them. If they're avoiding them, that's a red flag. So let's talk about red flags. If a coach gets you started and they start you out immediately at very low calories and tons of cardio just to get you to lose weight, it's usually a red flag because they are chasing the number on the scale. They're not really concerned about how your energy, digestion, your well-being is, and they're just going to run you into the ground. So more than likely it's a red flag unless you've just jumped into prep and you have like X amount of weeks left and you're nowhere near ready. But a good coach is going to tell you that you're not ready. So that's another thing to keep in mind. At the end of the day, they should not be running you into the ground. They should help you along the way. When I'm talking about health first prep, I'm not saying that it's going to be easy breezy. What I mean by this is it's strategic, it's intentional, and they're not just running you into the ground. They actually care about you as a person and they want to see you succeed, but they also care about your health and your well-being. So if push comes to shove and you're either not in a good place physically or mentally to compete, they should be able to tell you that we need to pump the brakes and step back for a little bit and not just push you to get onto the stage, because they care about you and not just the trophies that you may or may not win. If you are serious about competing, make sure that you take your time with this and choosing the right coach for you. Well, yes, it's very exciting and very new to a lot of first time competitors. This is one of the most important decisions that you will make and help to set you up for success. Always remember to ask questions, advocate for yourself in the process. And if you need help along the way, we would love to chat with you and see if we're a good fit here at Top Notch Strong.